Asthma is a chronic lung disease affecting people of all ages. It is caused by inflammation and muscle lightening around the airways, which makes it harder to breathe. Asthma affected an estimated 262 million people in the year 2019 and caused about 455,000 deaths globally. It is a major non-communicable disease affecting both children and adults, and it is the most common chronic disease amongst children. Dr. Abdullahi Baba Isa is a member of the Pharmaceutical Society of Ghana.
Asthma is an inflammatory condition of the airways that is variable, that has variable symptoms. So somebody can be symptom-free. In the morning, in the afternoon, he is having symptoms or is having attacks. And what differentiates it from other respiratory inflammatory conditions is that it is reversible. So you give a medication, bronchodilator, it will reverse it.
It is an established fact that asthmatic patients reported high levels of denials, with about 3 out of 5 asthmatic patients saying they are not asthmatic at the start. Dr. Baba Abdullahi says educating the masses on the condition will help in its management.
So one of the things that I would want to say is a lot of our people who are asthmatic, they come, you tell them, oh, you have symptoms of asthma, and they will tell you, I'm not asthmatic. So the number one, there is some level of denial among even people who are asthmatic. So once we keep on educating people, once we keep on creating awareness, they will understand that asthma is not any abominable disease.
Wafayao Ejay, a vulcanizer in the ASTHMA municipality, has been battling with asthma over the past 3 decades. He recalls how he had asthma in the year 1993 and the struggles he goes through each time he gets the attack.
Because 93 but I say I'm tackling no there. It is a first pan. Hey, first no there. But I am be a 3 days crowd. The crowd need you crowd. I can't walk me in so.
Another asthmatic patient who chose to speak on anonymity also shares with me her first asthmatic attack. She says her parents, who knew little about asthma then, concluded that her condition was spiritual.
I can't remember the years, but I know I've had it since class 6. And when it started, that time when parents didn't know about asthma, when it started, they felt it was spiritual illness. So I wasn't taken to the hospital early. But I know, according to my mom, it started as early as class 3. But she didn't believe it was asthma. So she was taking me to herbalists and stuff. So sometimes the herbal medicines will work. So it made her believe it was spiritual. Till later she realized it wasn't working, it was getting worse. So she took me to the hospital at class 6. Then it was confirmed that it was asthma.
Like many asthmatic patients, Safia Ali, not her real name, sadly recounts how she was stigmatized back in the days, including some school friends thinking she was bewitched.
Growing up, because it was attached to spiritual issues, I was stigmatized. My friends thought I was bewitched or something like that. So some mothers will warn their children to stay away from you. So because of that, I remember I used to get bullied in secondary school a lot.
Amongst the several myths and misconceptions surrounding asthma is the belief that when an asthmatic patient breathes on you, you'll end up being infected.
I remember, was it JHS2? Yes, JHS2. There was a PTA meeting. So the parents came to school. So I think I was playing with one girl, and the mother called her. When the mother called her, she told you, didn't I tell you to stay away from this girl? Don't you know that what she's suffering from, when she breathes on you, you can even have it? I was looking at the woman. So I just went to my mom and I asked her, if I breathe on somebody, will my condition get to the person? My mom said, me, I don't know. That is what I also heard. So I used to cover my mouth when I'm talking to my friends because I was afraid if I breathe on you, you are going to have it.
J tells me that asthmatic patients resort to self-medication and appeals to government to absorb its treatment and management on the National Health Insurance Scheme to ameliorate the sufferings patients go through.
nti sɛ bi a mo aba sɛ na sɛ mbɛtumi aka sɛ bi a sɛ na yare ne teɛ no yɛkyerɛ mu sɛ na sɛ na yare ne teɛ no sɛ bi a aban bɛtumi ayɛ yi deɛ a ɛno nso bɛboa.
Safia Ali on her part wants government to at least take 2/3 of the medical bills of asthmatic patients due to its expensive management.
I wish the treatment, medications, prices should be slashed into at least 2/3. Yes, because some of the medications are expensive.
Dr. Baba Abdullah Isa is urging asthmatic patients to identify their triggers and as much as possible, stay away from them as well as seek medical attention to aid its management.
The first one is to know your triggers and try as much as possible to avoid the triggers. That is number one. When you know the trigger, you avoid the trigger. That is number one. Number two, you seek attention, medical attention from a hospital.
As we mark the World Asthma Day today under the theme, Asthma Education Empowers, there is the need to empower the general public, including people with asthma, with appropriate education to manage their diseases and to recognize when to seek medical help. Anna Sabit, Joy News, Teachman.